Sopranos Prima Volta. Welcome to episode 3. I'm Sam Roberts. You know me from this YouTube channel, Not Sam.
Yes.
This is Ian Fidance. You know him from the comedy clubs across this great land of ours.
Yes.
And I see you've unbuttoned your shirt already. I'm going to tell you what. This feels right.
I mean, if you're tuning in for the first time ever, thank you. If you're tuning in again, thank you even more, because you'll notice in the last episode, I gave Sam this wonderful Italian bowling shirt.
Hey!
Hey!
Beautiful.
Bellissimo. Maron.
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you.
You look fantastic.
You know, I put it on, and I looked at it, and I thought to myself, like, maybe this is the new me.
Yeah.
You know, and so I kind of get where you're coming from, because we were talking last week about how this, not just this show, Sopranos Prima Volta, but Sopranos in general, this being your first time watching The Sopranos has changed your life to the point where you have decided to embrace your Italian heritage.
Yeah.
And by embrace your Italian heritage, I mean start acting upon stereotypes that we see played out on the hit television show, The Sopranos.
Without a doubt. Yes. Yes.
And I feel, and I'm like, at first I was like looking at you going, that's a ridiculous thing. It doesn't make any sense. And then I put on this shirt. I felt tough.
Right?
I felt like a man.
Yeah.
I felt like a man.
You know how I feel when I am wearing this stuff?
No.
I feel like I'm the motherfucking fucking one.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I feel like I could real close talk somebody
Uh-huh.
and they would take me very seriously.
And when I do that, I grab the back of their neck with my hand.
You do?
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm kissing friends.
You are?
No one's liking it.
I don't think they would. Yeah.
No,
it's
especially
not
in COVID.
No, yeah. People are just getting used to shaking hands again.
And when they say no, I go, you don't like Italians?
Right.
This is Italian discrimination.
Well, it's almost like when you say no to the boss. Like when you don't embrace the boss, it's like, do we have to kill that person?
Yeah.
Like, do I have to kill you?
Make no mistake, I'm the motherfucking fucking one.
You know what's unfortunate? That you can't go back and redo your yearbook quote. You know what I mean? I mean, how great would it be to open up the yearbook and look at all the great seniors of Delaware High, and you go down to Fidance and you go to Ian, and it says the quote,
I'm the motherfucking fucking one.
How great would that be?
Incredible.
I mean, your kids would respect you forever. They'd go back, they'd find your book.
Well, guess what?
They'd be in Delaware High. You'd be a legend.
I'm here to tell you now. Couldn't do it in high school, but guess what?
What?
Do it on the tombstone.
That's a good idea.
And that's what it's going to be.
That's a good idea.
Here lies Ian Fidance, the motherfucking fucking one.
I was going to think like maybe your Instagram bio, but Tombstone works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tombstone is probably the way to go, I think. Yeah.
And as my Pisano, mi familia, that's your job to get that done.
And I'm going to make sure that your funeral, like when your tombstone will be unveiled and you're going to have a funeral. And not only am I going to make sure that like everybody wear really expensive black suits with fedoras and stuff, I'm going to hire a bunch of photographers.
Yes.
To go. So it's going to be a real mafia funeral.
Yes.
Right? It's going to be like, oh, who's that? I'll be like, I think it's the FBI. Just be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Be cool.
And also, open casket. It's your job to make my hands go like this. And I want meats and cheeses eaten off the lower half of the casket that's closed.
Okay.
Okay.
That's so like on top of the closed part.
Yes.
Like a nice like meats and cheeses.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's so like a prosciutto.
A prosciutto.
Yeah.
Capicola.
Yeah.
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 Salam.
Right. I love that.
And I also want you to say he lived his life. Everything brought him joy. For him, everything was prima volta.
That's great.
And in death, he's experiencing that prima volta.
So you just want me to kind of plug the show.
Plug the show.
As much as possible. This is the thing that you want, like, when you die.
Yes.
This is how you want to be remembered.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good way. You know, as we've said in previous weeks, and if you've missed any of the episodes, of course, go back and watch them. And you can watch The Sopranos as we're watching it. Of course, I've watched the series 5 to 6 times, although every week I should increase that.
Yes.
I should be like, I've watched the show like 8 or 9 times.
Wow, the show's making you cooler? Congrats.
Yeah. But our friend Ian here is watching the show for the very first time.
The
And-
Prima Volta, some would
And
say.
I have actually, that's right, and I have actually pumped the brakes on that viewing.
Yeah.
So that we can take our time and dissect this in
Yep.
chunks as we view, just because the brain, the opinion, the thoughts of a Sopranos virgin
Yes.
is such a rare thing, especially as you are not consciously aware of any major spoilers.
Totally.
So,
And also, God bless.
God bless.
For no one spoiling.
that's right.
God bless.
God bless. And
Respect.
will you put a hit on anybody that spoils?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
'Cause I'm the motherfucking one.
That's a good point. I read that on your tombstone, so it's got to be true.
Yes.
So today is a big day. We got our shirts on. We're
Mhm.
celebrating.
Oh!
We've gone through the entire first season in one episode. That was kind of just an introduction. Last week, it was episodes 1 through 3 of season 2.
1 through 3.
Now, season 2 is an absolutely... They're all very important, very essential seasons of the show. But season 2, like we talked about a little bit last week, it starts to define what the show is long term,
Yep.
right? It's not just
I mean, already off the bat, new characters.
Richie
Bing, bang,
Aprile.
boom.
You hear about pussy, by the way? I know, it's tough.
It's
It's
not
tough.
the good kind.
But today, no, it isn't.
No.
Today, we go through episodes 4 through 6.
And also, I teased it last episode, my favorite character. We're going to find out today.
Oh, good! I can't wait.
You want to guess again? He plays a prominent role in episode 4.
Paulie Walnuts.
You nailed it.
I know, because he's
That's
such
what
a
it
good
is.
character.
My God.
And people will sleep on Paulie, especially early on.
Who?
They'll go like, "Oh, Joe List."
What?
Joe List.
I'm calling him right now.
Yeah, he's not one of us.
You know what? He's at the Joe bottom of my list.
Yeah,
Of
look,
favorite people right now.
Joe List is not a part of this thing of ours.
This
Okay.
thing ours.
Yeah.
No.
No, Joe.
Is he even a friend of ours?
He's not a friend of mine.
No, friend
He
of
a
mine?
friend of yours? No,
No.
no. He doesn't know one thing about La Cosa Nostra.
Ugh.
Okay. He thinks Paulie Walnuts is cartoonish. Whoa.
Not on.
Yeah. I don't, and I okay. Look, I'm glad you brought your book again this week.
You know what?
What?
To him, I say, Va Inferno!
Do it with your hands. I guess that means go to hell.
Joe List.
Yeah. I like that we're starting podcast beef too.
Ora Vatena!
Oh, get lost. Get lost, of course. Such an offensive book.
Hey, and when I die,
Yeah.
you're gonna say he was the motherfucking one, and you're also gonna say era un bueno uomo.
Oh, he was
He
good.
was a good man.
He was a good man. You look like a good man. Too. Yeah, that's
He was
good.
a good man.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Hey!
Hey!
So offensive.
Woo!
So we're talking about episodes 4 through 6 today.
Yes.
We did 1 through 3 on the last show, and it's no shock to me that you fell in love with Paulie Walnuts, and it makes me respect you even more.
Hey.
Episode 4
Paisan.
is one of my favorite episodes of the whole series. You know, there is an episode in season 3 that most people cite as their favorite episode, which obviously we'll get into when we get there.
La 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 la.
But to me, episode 4 is a slept-on classic.
Also, there's a moment in episode 4 too that should we get? It's at the end of the episode. Should we go through the whole episode, or should I say it right now?
You could say it right now if you
You
want.
see a bit of a moral code with Tony.
Ooh, I like that. Well, how so? Episode 4, by the way, is called
Commendatore.
Commandatori.
And the most Paulie Walnuts line ever is Commendatore. I like that. It's like commander. Respect. Amazing. He is exactly who I would be in that town.
I mean, isn't
Walking up to people, strangers, to go, Commendatore.
it just because Paulie is
That's how I'm going to say hello from now on, by the way.
how
Oh, is my phone ringing? Commendatore. That's what I'm gonna do.
Look, because Paulie is like, he's not a nice guy. Like, he's done a lot of bad things in his life. But he has a childlike exuberance.
I relate.
About seeing Italy. And that's true. I believe that you would, although you don't have the evil that Paulie does on the other side, but you do have, when you enter into a scenario like that, there's just a childlike optimism and wonderment.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like he goes to Italy. So the big, I'd say the A story of this episode is Paulie, Christopher, Tony,
and Syl.
Ooh, we'll get there. Going to Italy.
Yes.
And mainly for Paulie, because Paulie thinks that, like, this is a homecoming for him. Paulie.
Wait, you think they go to Italy mainly for Paulie?
No,
they go to Italy for business.
No. It's mainly a big deal for Paulie.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you corrected me, because they're not going on vacation.
No.
This isn't Weekend at Bernie's.
That's why they didn't bring Carm.
No. They're going for business.
And that's why they didn't go away during football season. That's when the business is busiest.
Right. They're trying to sell some Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Which also, it's very funny in the beginning of the episode when that family gets robbed and the guy drops the M-bomb and he goes, who else? And then it shows Tony show pictures.
It's a social commentary.
Totally.
Of what it is. Right. And I mean, it's just, I got so sad though. I mean, I got a thing with pets. Pets, you know, I have especially now that I'm bald, I have a stone cold exterior. Ian, people see me and they go emotionless.
Yes.
They go,
that is a rock.
Yes. But you know how to crack this stone?
Hurt a dog, hurt an animal, have something happen to a puppy.
Puppies, pet stuff.
Well, Churchill's a dummy. That dog Churchill.
You know, a real asshole of a dog.
Fucking dumbass.
So they're all, you know, they're going in.
He's not a commendatory.
Also, by the way, as a New Yorker.
Hey.
It seems kind of weird that somebody would carjack you outside of a parking lot while you're waiting to get in, because all the parking lot attendants would be right there.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of eyes.
Yes.
A red light, maybe.
Totally.
Late at night.
Totally.
But outside a parking lot where there's parking attendants and other people online to get in, very easy to get caught.
Insane.
And guaranteed to have cameras.
And no masks?
Well, it wasn't COVID.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The guys come. They take the car. They let the dog out, which I thought was nice.
That was nice. I always love when criminals do like a slightly nice thing.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good inside.
Like
when you hear about like a child molester getting raped in prison, you're like, wow, there is good in the world.
Did you feel, all the people, you're like, I'm glad you did that to
like
that guy.
these carjackers let a dog live, and I'm like, they're not so bad.
But then the stupid dog, like, and I think about this, like, even in my neighborhood, and my neighborhood's not New York City, in the suburbs, my dog has run away before.
Mm-hmm.
I ran after that dog. I wasn't even wearing shoes. Did you know that?
Wow.
My dog ran out the front door one time.
I got blisters on me toes.
I didn't even put shoes on.
Yeah.
I just ran after her.
And that family just sits there.
I got her. I caught the dog. I'm a person.
Also, did the dog come towards you at all?
No.
Oh.
Ran away, but stopped to sniff things. Dogs don't just keep running.
No.
And in New York City, there's dog piss on every corner.
Yep.
Dogs love to smell dog piss.
Yep. I'm a bit of a dog that way.
What?
This is a good episode anyway. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Churchill,
he runs, and this stupid fucking family that you hate off the bat, so many levels of hatred for this family. The way they bicker, the way it's a new car, the way the kid whines, the way the dad and the wife goes, you always say right, blah, 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 establishes that they're just a hoity-toity, stuffy, gross family.
Yeah.
And then the icing on the cake is the dad calls amends.
Yeah.
And then the dog runs away, and they don't even chase after the dog. They just sit there and whine. Fuck them. They deserve their car to get stolen.
I agree.
They deserve the dog to run away, and I hope a pipe bursts in their apartment when they get home.
I agree, and I hope somebody good found Churchill.
Yeah.
I hope somebody good honestly,
I hope the robbers found Churchill.
I do too. I bet those robbers would give Churchill a great home.
I bet the robbers took that Mercedes to find Churchill.
Yeah, I bet they did too.
They went around
that dog just ran away with no.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Those people, good thing we stole their car.
Yeah. Karma.
Karma is right. So yeah, that was
Who's one of my favorite characters? Carm. Ma. That's the show, folks.
So now they got to move some cars. They go to Italy. But yeah, so Paulie thinks that it's going to be a homecoming.
Yeah.
He thinks it's going to be like, this is where I came from. This is where, like...
Like when he's with the hooker and he goes, "Ah, my grandpa was from the same village." And the woman's like cleaning her toes.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twat.
Everybody thinks that, Paulie is convinced that in New Jersey, they just don't understand him. And once he gets to Italy, it'll be with his people.
He'll be embraced.
But everybody thinks that he is garbage.
Total garbage.
Just like, shut
He's
up.
sitting at the cafe, commendatore. And they're like,
Just everybody.
Bricks.
I love when he's like, they have like the long shot and he's just walking down the street and he just says hello to somebody.
He says, commendatore.
And the person's like, what?
Yeah. Also, I love Don Vittorio. The only things he says is Major Deegan Expressway. He's just naming New York roads.
He's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And also, I thought it was so
by
poetic.
the way, and the idea that like all the way in Italy, there's one road that you know in America.
The Major Deegan Expressway.
Deegan.
What the fuck?
It's not like whatever, Route 66.
Yeah.
It's not any of these.
No.
Not even I-95.
Yeah, I-95.
It's not even 87 South. It's the one part of 87 South.
Yeah.
The Major Deacon.
Jesus Christ. And I thought something that was very poetic. You know, they go to Italy and they have this experience and everything is beautiful and the food and blah, blah, blah. And then it's funny. They come back to New Jersey and it's just dilapidated, gross landscape, you know, like big smokestacks and everything. And they had this moment of like, back to the shit.
But you know what also? It's who they are.
Yes.
They don't belong in Italy.
Yes.
They don't belong around all that beauty.
You're right.
That's who they are.
Yes.
As people, not as business, as human beings. That's them.
Dude, you know what? That shirt's making it come out of you.
I'd love to go to Italy sometime.
Me too.
Oh, wouldn't it be great?
Oh my God.
Just walking up to people. Come on, Dottore.
Come on. I'm doing it now. I am doing
New
it
York.
now. Yes.
Going to Little Italy
Yeah,
and do it.
come on, Dottore. I'm saying it to everyone. On the train, in a cab.
Oh, and then Christopher. Christopher going to Italy. All he's talking about. First of all, it's obnoxious.
I'm going to see that volcano. Come hella high water.
It's obnoxious.
I think.
Go ahead.
Go.
Okay, it's obnoxious that he goes on a business trip and is talking about the sightseeing that he wants to do. I can tell you that, for instance, like if I were going to WrestleMania with Hot Dog, and WrestleMania was in Niagara Falls, and he was like, I can't wait to ride the Maid of the Mist.
Yeah.
I'd be like, shut the fuck up. We're going for WrestleMania. Like, this is a business trip.
It just, yet again, Christopher, man, what are you doing?
And then
you got the world by the balls and you're fucking it up at every turn.
He's a failure, Christopher Moltisanti.
That's so sad to me.
He's a failure. He's got everything going for him. Everything. And he blows it. He spends his entire time in Italy.
Bellavacqua and that other guy would fucking lick a dog's dick just to sniff the air Tony breathes.
I think they said that.
And they did.
Yeah.
I think there was an outtake. And that was just in my Soprano fan fiction. It's about 5 chapters of them doing the things to get near Tony.
It's a Matthew Bevilacqua centered Sopranos fanfic. I always thought there should be a spin-off surrounding the antics of
these
Matt Bevilacqua,
morons,
and Sean.
But they would do anything to be around Tony, and Chris has this opportunity to be the heir to Tony's throne.
Yeah.
And he's blowing it, man.
Instead of the heir, he's the hair Owen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real hair head.
Yeah.
Airhead.
Heroin head, too.
Heroin head, too.
Yeah. He likes to do heroin while he's in Italy.
He's racing the tortoise and the hare.
A win.
Which is a race you'll always lose.
That's a great point. I'm glad that they... You know, I also think that they did a lot here. Not only...
Commendatore.
It's just so great. He's sitting there at breakfast. He's trying to, like, relate to the people. And the people are like, what, did you watch a TV show about this? You're not from here?
I like that. Respect. I love it. He's the
So
best.
this
dude.
episode is when Paulie became your favorite character.
He was always slipping in, but
Yeah.
this solidified
He's
it.
so good in this episode.
So good.
And it's like the prostitute is like washing her vagina.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
caring about what he's got to
Dude,
say.
and also, to go back to Joe List, you need a character like that in this show.
Yes.
You need a slight comic relief. But
Lighten
he's-
the mood.
Yeah, but he's also a guy that'll fucking break your neck, and then, you can laugh with him, too.
Yeah.
What more do you want in a guy?
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
You know?
I like there's a lot of social commentary in this episode, not only in that first scene with the carjacking,
Mm-hmm.
but also the fact that we see Tony
Mm-hmm.
having to deal with a female
Yes.
authority figure.
How progressive is Italy?
and a hot female authority
My
figure.
God. And this goes back to
Maron.
Tony. Maron. Amata mia.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Woo. I'm gonna just studges eat my cock. Dude, we see Tony have this moral character at the end where she wants to fuck, and he goes, "No, I don't mess with business." Again,
I don't shit where I eat.
Yes, you see Tony put business above everything in his entire life except his immediate family of children and wife. No, never mind. He does choose business.
Over his family.
Yes.
For sure. Right?
Yep.
What is one instance of him choosing his family over business? I know you want Tony to be a good person because he's
I do.
so, like,
I do.
I love him too.
How do you say I was wrong with your hands? How do you say my mistake? I don't know.
Yeah, look, I mean,
not in there.
but there is that code, right? That he does at least because, but that's if you remember when Christopher gets made, Tony makes the.
Christopher doesn't get made?
Didn't he get made?
When?
Maybe he gets made later. Well, it's not really a spoiler. I mean, Christopher's like with them. Made. Like,
Yeah.
Brought into the mob.
Did you just blow a spoiler for me?
Doesn't he get made earlier?
Does he?
Maybe not. I think you'd remember.
I would remember.
Maybe I spoiled
He
it.
wants to get made. He
Oh.
keeps asking to get made.
So maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
I think you made a mistake.
Maybe I made in my pants.
I've been calling shits make.
Because of Adriana.
Yeah.
Is it true that they said you made in your pants?
Yes. I've been saying that. And I've been saying BM in my household. I got to go make.
Well, so we see Tony interacting with this female boss, and he actually does, it takes a while, and there is sexual tension, and she plays up on it,
She's so hot.
but he becomes kind of aware of that, I think. It
Yeah.
doesn't allow it to interfere with the business,
Mhm.
and he leaves in a way where both are satisfied.
Right. But what a smart move to get Furio.
And gets Furio.
Yeah.
That is who we meet in this episode
Yep.
for the first time.
What a schnoz.
Is Furio. Yeah. And I mean, you see the way Tony looks at it, right?
Yeah.
Like you see the way when those firecrackers go off.
Yep.
And Furio protects the boss and
Yep.
then beats up the kid with the firecrackers, even though he knows it's only firecrackers.
Yeah.
He still beats him up for being an idiot.
Mhm.
And Tony goes, "Why don't I have that?"
Yeah.
It is hilarious that would even be part of it. That Tony would be like, "I give you a discount on the cars if I can have that human being."
And it already happened when Christopher went to collect and the guy was short for the third week in a row.
Yeah.
And Tony sees that Christopher's not willing to step up to the plate with violence.
Right.
He sees that Christopher is not good at his job.
Whereas for Furio, it's nothing.
Yes.
It's
and
nothing.
also, Christopher's fucking getting high and he's missing out on every fucking meeting.
He's not there. And I mean, if anybody needs to make a montage of anything, one of the best ongoing gags of the series, and you're by season 2, you're there, is literally every single meeting that Christopher goes to. Sorry, I'm late, T. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. If you pay attention,
Wow.
he's always late.
Yeah.
Literally always. Not
Yeah.
frequently, always
Yeah.
late to the meetings. Whereas Furio is literally throwing his body over a person.
Yeah.
He thinks it's gunfire.
I mean, dude, I've just always had this fantasy of, like, in Goodfellas, when Ray Liotta just walks up, Karen calls him, he just takes matters into his own hands, walks up to the guy. What do you want, fucko?
Yeah.
Just smashes the fuck
No
out of him.
conversation.
Furio in the massage parlor, just fucking bing, bang, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Just taking care of business, man shit. fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Letting you hey, he was speaking Italian without words.
That's true.
He was using his hands.
He must have had the.
Hey, is there beat the shit out of a Filipino woman in here? How do you do that, huh? How do you shoot a man in the knee without telling him you will? But dude, I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is
Furio's
just,
a great character.
Yes. And it's so fun to see him like playing with the kids and like just being the soft guy, and then he's got this other fucking side to him.
Well, we'll get to him. There's a lot more Furio to get to. Of course, Carm is upset because she wanted to go on the trip.
Yes.
And she resents.
Yes.
We've all been there too. And this is another reason why the show is so great. Because we've all had those situations where like you're out of town and you call home, and for whatever reason, whatever's going on has put your loved one, your spouse, whoever, in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of calling, hoping for a slice of home.
Mm-hmm.
And you get met with somebody who's not terribly happy.
Nope.
And it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And so to watch that play out, even for a mob boss
Mm-hmm.
who's got to deal with his wife, who's mad because she wanted to go to Italy.
That's what I love about this show is that he's dealing with like these such heavy things, but at the same time, he's a dad, he's a husband.
He's got to deal with the little
he's
things
a neighborhood
too.
guy. We'll see in the next episode, he's going to, dealing with other parents is like a regular. He like struggles this balance of like regular guy and this like king of the mafia.
It's also very, very interesting about this episode because while they're in Italy, it's like the whole group of them. I mean, Paulie really illustrates it, but the bigger picture is that these guys have this whole business and this whole family that is supposed to be based on their Italian heritage.
Mm-hmm.
But when they go to Italy, I mean, Tony kind of fits in because he's a boss.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they're all tourists.
Yes.
Right? Like they're not.
Yeah, and you see them as caricatures of what Italians really are.
Which is, again, the brilliance of the show, because it's like even the people, Joe List, who call they're like, these characters are like caricatures. They're like, yep, and we're going to show you that that's who they are.
Yeah.
And when they go to Italy, like, there are real people here that are like, these guys are cartoon characters.
Yeah.
What are they doing here? They're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because you do meet people like that.
Mm-hmm.
That like their essence is that of a cartoon character in real life.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm assuming that this episode is your favorite, not because of the characters that go to Italy, but because of the characters that go to Delaware.
Whoa! No one goes to Delaware. They mention a guy from Delaware. A made-up guy from Delaware. And again,
just a reference to Delaware though had to make you go like, hey,
hey, commendatore. I will say, thank you. Hey, God bless. I will say, again, Pussy does that thing I like where you just show up and beat the shit out of someone.
Well, yeah. So I mean, we're there. Skip and Pussy are meeting in like a party city to try to get to the bottom of stuff. I don't know why they got out of the car.
Yeah.
The car seemed private, but
you can't just go for a walk in a park?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
The park is outdoors. You don't want to go to a place that's that public. But Party City is like a big store.
Yeah.
But
I guess they're thinking it's just going to be like kids or like people looking for like 12-year-old birthday parties.
Well, they don't
but then
realize.
They see
the Elvis impersonator, Jimmy Bones.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bones is there. Hey, Pussy!
Poor innocent Jimmy Bones.
He didn't know. He was just saying hello.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. No, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Jimmy. Take a walk. Save your life.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where it's like, as a view, you know, and you want to be like, Jimmy, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like that's what, when I'm watching, I'm going, Jimmy, just leave it alone.
Yep.
If you go now, if you stop asking questions, you might survive this.
And I know a main guy from Delaware. Do I gotta be saying this out loud?
Oh, and then, next thing you know.
Well, not only that, but we're seeing the psychological effects of Pussy's double life affecting him, affecting his personal life, affecting his relationship with the other guys, his wife. I love the scene when they're at the restaurant and she's saying, I want a divorce, I want to kill myself. And then Jackie April's wife is like, hey, nosy, eat your manicotti. That fucking ruled, dude. Italians are the best because they always got their friends back.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. I may not know the language, but I know you always get someone's back no matter what.
Did you also, like, the amount of stuff, that scene is so great too, because with the amount of stuff that those women have seen in their lives.
Yeah.
Like the amount of immorality.
The one
they've
thing you
been
don't do is go through a divorce.
They're like, did you hear what she said?
Oh, when they're on the phone and she's going, oh!
Yeah, so, okay.
She goes, oh, no, she's going to shit. I love it.
Who do you see yourself more as? And let's be honest here, because that's what the show's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself more now that you've seen it, like in real life? Are you more like a Tony? Are you more like a Paulie? Or are you more like a gossiping mafia wife?
Wow. I hate gossip. I
Do
don't
you?
do it. I don't engage in it. I don't like it.
You don't even like to listen to other people's gossip?
I don't know. I don't like negativity. I don't like being in that space.
Okay.
I do engage sometimes, and it's a guilty pleasure.
It's fun.
But then I feel guilty, and I got to give like $1 to a homeless man to like offset my karma.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So, but
I listen to a lot of gossip because I'm a sounding board for a lot of people.
you're not going to make the phone call.
No,
So you're
no,
maybe
no,
not
no,
the
no.
mafia wife.
No. I'm not the guy that hears something and goes, hey, did you hear? No.
But do you
I'll
think-
listen to your gossip.
But you're not the boss. Or are you the boss?
What's the other options?
Paulie.
Why wouldn't it be Paulie?
You'd be Paulie, right?
I'd be a mixture of Paulie and the boss.
What, I mean, I don't. I think that's just you saying.
Have we
that-
not established it on the fucking one?
So I think that in your heart you know you'd be Paulie, but in your head you want to be the boss because it's cool, but you know you'd be Paulie.
In my heart, I know I'd be AJ.
What's a
Grandma?
DNR? No, he definitely said it.
No, I mean, I think we all want to be the boss,
Want to?
but none of us have that extra step of psychopathy. To
Yeah, I feel like
actually-
I'd be Sil.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'd be a good right hand man.
Why? I think I'd be a good Paulie.
Yeah. Well, Paulie is like Sil is more like Sil's a little bit more reserved.
Right.
Paulie. Sil is more like he's okay and he knows his job. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you need, D.
Yeah.
Whereas Paulie is like he likes to put on a bit of a show.
Yeah, and he seems like a happy-go-lucky guy.
I agree.
And he seems very like, this is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So unfortunately Jimmy Bones meets his fate when Pussy
Wrong
shows
place,
up
wrong
at his
time.
door. Yeah.
And also, Jesus fucking Christ, Pussy, what are you doing, man?
But it shows the stress. It shows that he's so
he's
stressed.
having these nightmares.
Yes.
He's fucking, his wife is saying, I got a benign tumor. And he goes, good. And walks out.
Dude, one of my favorite scenes ever.
What the fuck?
I mean, his wife. She said
The mother of your children.
said it's benign. All right, good.
Okay. I gotta go kill a guy. Then he comes back with flowers.
Yeah, she beats him with them.
Beats him over his head.
And he's like I don't have enough stress.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know what the stress is. Maybe she'd be
No.
more understanding.
Maybe he
If-
should be more communicative.
Yeah, well, if she knew.
Maybe these mob wives
Right.
should be so ride or die that they can be a sounding board to their husbands and know that they will never fucking rat.
But they will start gossiping to each other on the phone.
That's the one thing you don't gossip about.
Maybe, but.
Or maybe they talk to each other as a support group.
Okay, all right. Okay, but
Could that not
But
be
if
a
they're
thing?
that big and they don't rat, but what if your husband is a rat? You still stay loyal to the rat?
You stay loyal to your husband.
You go like, I may have a tumor, but he's got a tumor on his chest. It's taped. It's electronic. It's a microphone.
You stay loyal to your partner.
Mm.
And I should be able to trust you enough to go, look, I got to talk to the FBI.
You think you could tell your Carm that you were in the witness, that you were an informant for the FBI?
No, do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I never would be.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Let's go to episode 5. Episode
do
5 is called Big Girls Don't Cry. And this is the one that I think the A story that this episode centers around is Christopher in acting class.
Yeah.
When Christopher
And it's interesting. This is the only time he can get violent.
right. Well, yeah, when he's confronted with his emotions.
Oh, also, episode 4, we didn't get into it,
Mhm.
but Furio goes in and does the job that Christopher can't. Beats the shit.
That's this episode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we're there.
Episode
Go
5.
ahead. Let's talk about it.
Furio goes in and does the job that Christopher can, beats the shit out of the guy he owes money to.
And his wife.
Yes. yes. Also, I've been walking around with my girlfriend going, hey, I got to go in there and get my shy. Anyway, so
Good. I'm glad you had.
So Christopher can't do his job of being an enforcer, Tony's right-hand man, an intimidator, and yet in acting class, he can beat up someone who's helpless in an inconsequential way only for his own trauma and growth.
That's a great point. I mean, he's a purely selfish individual.
Yeah. And a baby.
A total baby.
The way he talks to his fucking chick, he slaps her in public.
Yeah.
The way he fucking pours wine in a soup.
That's
later.
I tell you who's ride or die. Aid.
Oh my God.
Is Adriana not just the greatest?
Dude,
I don't know.
Tell you,
Do you want a Carmela or do you want an Adriana?
Dude, my gal's a combination of both.
What is she? Perfect? What is she, an angel from heaven?
Yeah.
Lucky
she
you.
Is. She's my wife and my guma all in one.
Wow.
And my age.
And she lets you borrow her car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's fantastic.
I'm fucking lucky.
Yeah, you are.
I'm fucking blessed.
Yeah, now it is.
And you know why I deserve it?
Why?
I think you all know. I'm the motherfucking one.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is where...
can I also say what I fucking love?
Mm-hmm.
Tony tells Paulie that he's getting bumped.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Paulie and Sylv report to Tony, and he says, Pussy reports to you. Chris is out. Furio, he says they're bringing him in. But when Tony tells him this, he doesn't tell him at the fucking pork shop. He doesn't tell him at the Bada Bing. He takes him to an Italian statue and tells it to him.
Oh, it's their
in front of
their
this,
heritage.
That's just such a fucking stupid Italian thing that I love so much. Like, hey, I gotta talk to you. Let's go to our Italian statue, the Costello statue.
Now it is interesting. Do you think that when Tony, because Tony does make that call, that Christopher, you're right, Christopher's not going to get his stripes. Then instead of Christopher getting his stripes and all this, that Furio's coming in, and where does this leave everybody else? Well, Paulie and Sil that were on the Italy trip with them. Number one, Christopher stayed in his room on heroin the whole time.
You done.
Nothing for him. Furio's coming over, basically taking Christopher's spot.
Yep.
Although Furio, I think would Furio's made, right? Like in Italy.
He made it in Italy.
Yeah. So that transfers
But what a
over.
smart move that nobody can touch Furio because he's this guy from Italy.
Right. Then
Tony's so smart.
So smart.
So smart.
Paulie and Sil that were on the trip with him and were attentive, they get bumped up.
And they do it not because they want to get bumped up. They do it because they're loyal to Tony.
And they believe in the business.
Yeah.
They're soldiers.
Yeah. They're pure of heart.
And Pussy, who was not invited on the trip, gets, I would say, demoted. I mean,
disrespected when they're at the restaurant and Furio comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tony gets him a job at Artie Bucco's place, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's smoking the cigarette with the mozzarella. And he comes up and
by the way,
Pussy
what a
goes,
blessing Artie Bucco is, huh?
Oh, I love him.
What a just
I love him. And,
maybe that's who I'd be.
And
Artie Bucco, just of all the pathetic characters on any
carry a
show.
Hunting rifle around with you.
Break it because I'm so frustrated.
Jesus Christ. So Furio comes up and he goes, Foodio, to give him a nickname because he's cooking food. And then fucking Paulie's got to talk to Furio and he goes, give us a minute. To Pussy, how disrespectful.
Ooh.
And he goes, I got to make a phone call anyway. Then Johnny Sachs comes from New York.
Yep.
And Pussy, what are you doing? He doesn't even get up to fucking shake Johnny Sachs' hand.
He's in a weird spot. Like, he's frustrated at his lack of movement in the family, but he also knows that, like, he's an informant anyway.
Right.
So, like, where does this end? Like, he's all mixed up, but I think it goes back to what you have said before about the fact about what you said last week when you talked about how Tony was in Pussy's heart, that Pussy is ratting on other people and he's ratting on some of the small stuff, but he won't rat on Tony.
Yeah.
Now Tony broke his heart.
Yep.
He feels Tony betrayed him. But the question is this. The reason that Tony did not promote Pussy and is now there's layers between Tony and Pussy. Is that because Tony is suspicious? Is that because Pussy has become unreliable by disappearing to Puerto Rico? Is that because Pussy's just giving out a weird vibe? But the Puerto Rico and the weird vibe thing probably go back to like, right, somewhere in the back of your brain knowing something's up.
I think it's a combination. And also, if your back is out, you're not going to be able to collect on the shy as much.
His back, Furio's over here just fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
Hey, go in there and get the money. You got the...
Dude. And I got to say, it was such a poetically interesting juxtaposition to have fucking Pussy and Skip in the diner alone. And they're both talking about how nobody's loyal anymore.
Yeah.
And they're not getting their due justice. I've been with Tony since, and he doesn't do this. You're fucking ratting on him, dude.
Yeah. But they do such
And the FBI guy is talking about how, like, I'm not getting shit either. And they're both bad people.
Right.
And they're talking about how, like, this fucking world, and then it zooms out and they're alone.
Yeah. And they've got it's this weird thing where they're becoming, like, friendly. Like they're becoming friends. And that's I think what you're supposed to avoid in those situations. But yeah, the fact that they're alone and it's like this is the world that you guys
you've
chose.
Created.
This is what you've
yourself created. And now you're blaming other people for your loneliness and isolation.
Yeah.
But I have a deep desire that Pussy and Skip become so close that Skip realizes how close he is to Tony that he will be like, I'll protect you. Don't turn your back on Tony.
That's what you're hoping happens?
That's what I'm hoping happens. That their bond becomes stronger than their jobs. Also,
it'd be nice. It'd be a nice way to go, for sure.
Also, fucking, what world are we living in where these people are doing all this shit and they're not getting caught? Frio walks in, beats the shit out of people. There aren't cameras. Nothing's going on.
I thought that the way I took it was
these people aren't calling the cops to go.
It's an illegal business because there's like clearly prostitution going on in that tanning bed salon, so they can't call the police. That's the way I took it. How about this?
Pussy talking about how he can't trust friends to the FBI is just
insane.
The irony. Wow.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Yes. Not on.
How about Tony goes to see Janice at his mom's house, and Richie lives with her.
Fucking snake.
That didn't take long, did it?
No. Interesting.
Richie's already living with her. Apparently, this old flame never died out. You don't trust it?
No.
Okay. All right.
You gonna trust a snake out of its cage?
Not me.
No.
No, never. Never.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Okay?
Yep.
A frog and a scorpion go up to a riverbed.
Okay.
And the scorpion knows if it doesn't cross, it'll die.
Oh, okay.
And the scorpion says, hey, frog, can I get on your back?
Smart.
And the frog says, no, you're going to sting me. Scorpion says, no, I promise you I won't.
Oh.
Frog says, okay, hop on. Frog, hippity hop, over the river, onto the other side.
Great.
Scorpion gets off, stings him in the back. The frog says, you said you wouldn't sting me. And the scorpion said, I couldn't help it. It's in my nature.
I think that the way that story is actually played is that he stings him while they're in the water and they both drown. And he goes, why would you sting me? We're both going to drown. And then he goes, I couldn't help it. It's in my nature.
No. Because the scorpion uses the frog to get what he wants, and he wants to live. And he'll do whatever he can to live, but no matter what.
You're dying.
You're getting stung.
You're getting stung.
And Richie, no matter what he does,
yes,
he's that evil scorpion.
But isn't Tony too?
He's no. What? Tony's a frog.
Tony's a frog?
Tony's God. He makes them. He protects. He takes
They're Tony's creations.
Yes. Tony's a frog.
I mean, I think Tony's also a scorpion.
Tony's a mixture.
I think he's just scorpion.
Tony's the other side of the river. because he's the one that'll keep people safe.
Because he's home.
Because he's home.
Tony's home.
He's home.
And speaking of going home, Tony and Melfi back together. Tony,
Her dream.
Tony tried to go to another therapist. That didn't work.
Mr. Spears.
He tried to go to Hesh.
Hesh became his therapist.
Hesh was bored of him, though.
Yeah.
Hesh didn't want to hear
After a while, oh, God, Tony, shut up.
Yeah. So, what can Tony do? He convinces Melfi. Melfi in her heart knows it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But on some level, she's in love with Tony.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. And
Right.
Tony's in love with her.
Absolutely.
And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. He goes, you know, while you were on the phone, I had a guy who was beating the shit out of a guy and he collected money in a massage parlor. And she goes, well, how did that make you feel? And he goes, I wanted to be him. And she goes, or I wanted to be in there. And she goes, the one beating up or getting beaten? And he goes, huh. She really calls him on his stuff.
Yeah, and he
You
likes
know?
that.
Yeah.
He likes that that she calls him.
Yep.
And that he doesn't shake her.
No.
You know, that he tells her a story like that and she's got follow-up questions. She's
Yeah.
not like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
She's ride or die.
she is ride or die.
Also, going back to Italy.
And by the way, you know how you know she's ride or die? Because we've seen scenes where, like, her family is, like,
Yes.
complaining and she's like,
Yep,
fuck you,
she
you don't
takes
know
up
him.
for him.
What about when, what's his name? The next door neighbor, you know, what's Tony's next door neighbor's name?
Oh, Kosciuszko? No.
Cusimano. Cus. You know, wait, Cus.
That's not in this book.
They didn't tell you that? Good thing for this show. Yeah, when Cus and his friends are sitting there going like, Janice is like, that's not cool. I mean, not Janice.
Yeah.
Malfi's like, that's not cool. Janice isn't ride or die. Janice is die every time.
No, I want Chance to die.
That
and
stupid Rolling Stones tattoo.
And she's going to get stung by a scorpion.
You talking about Richie? Okay, all right, here we go.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh, my
Okay,
God.
say it, and I'll go back to it.
Okay.
You say it. I want to say your thing. I don't want you to have this.
Melfi storms out of the office.
Yep.
Just like a Tony.
Yep.
Also, episode 4, something that really caught my eye was the mobster's wife that runs the mafia. She said something to Tony about you want to fuck or this woman or blah, 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 and it related to his mother.
Yes. Here's what I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Because I love when we start thinking about where's this going.
Oh, boy.
Because you don't know. I do.
Hit me.
You think Janice is going to get stung? You think the scorpion's going to sting her?
And then the scorpion's going to get smashed.
That's where we're going, huh?
Because I said it before.
Uh-huh.
Tony's going to choose family over business.
Plus, he kind of hates Richie anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Business and pleasure mix.
Does that make you happy? Just the thought of like the idea that Janice gets killed, and because Janice gets killed, Richie gets killed, and they're both out of my life?
Yep.
You like that?
2 fucking gross birds with 1 stone.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. Well, okay, let's go to episode 6 then.
Yes.
Episode 6, the third episode of today's show, is The Happy Wanderer. Of course, we start with the going back. I believe this is the second reference to Gary Cooper. I think that in season 1, Tony talks about whatever happened to Gary Cooper, the strong silent type. He brings it up again. Whatever happened to Gary Cooper, the strong silent type. Gary Cooper.
I hope he keeps bringing them up because I don't know who it is.
Gary Cooper, the strong silent type, because we're at the point
Who
now.
was Gary Cooper?
He's like an actor. He's like a Western
okay.
guy. He's like a cowboy.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. He is the strong silent type. So
gotcha.
that sort of stereotype is built on
Yes.
that. But we get to this place where Tony says that he just hates everybody.
Yes.
And this episode, to me, this is another one of my absolute favorite episodes because
You really see Tony's nature.
and you see the scorpion
Wow.
because of Davey,
Oh,
his
wow.
high school friend
Yep.
that he knows.
His daughter's friend's father.
Yeah. He's known this guy since high school, and his son has been in his house.
Yeah.
That's his daughter's choir partner.
But I will say, Tony's such a good guy that he's trying to protect him over and over and over. He believes in him.
And then what
This
happens?
isn't the game for you. This isn't the game for you. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And then he puts his guard down and he trusts his old friend.
Does he trust his old friend, or does he know what's going to happen?
Sam, his old friend's a scorpion.
Get the fuck out of here
Yep.
with that stuff. I
His
might have
old
to end
friend's
this
a
right now.
scorpion.
That's the craziest theory I've ever heard. Davy's the scorpion,
Yeah.
the gambling addict.
Because he'll do anything to get his fix.
Here's what happened.
And you know what? He'll always sting you because it's in an addict's nature.
Here's what happened.
But addicts can reform and be sober from their addiction one day at a time. If they do the work. And Davey did not.
David did not at all. Maybe he will.
Maybe this is a lesson he needed to learn.
Maybe this is
Maybe
rock
he
bottom.
got stung, but the scorpion wasn't poisonous.
Here's the thing. Tony, first, Davey comes in, right?
Oh, I feel so bad for Davey.
So, and this is why it's so beautiful. This all starts with just Meadow and her friend practicing for choir.
Yeah.
We don't know the bigger ramifications of this.
Innocent kid stuff.
Innocent kid stuff, you know? Then Davey's playing in Richie's poker game. Richie's poker game is a smaller level poker game, but still a pretty high level poker game. And Davey ends up into Richie for like $8,000 or whatever it is. So Richie tells Davey, get the fuck out of here. He bans Davey.
Yep.
Threatens him with violence.
Yep.
Lets him know that he'll be back to collect.
Yep.
And that, when you come back to collect interest, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's how they make their living.
And then
But he's banned. I don't want to see your face here again.
poor fucking Davey needs to make that money to pay back Richie from the big game, and he's got to get some ziti.
He's got to get a couple boxes of ziti. By the way, if they could ease up on calling it boxes of ziti, that was a little much in this episode.
I thought it was not enough. I loved it. Made me hungry for food and money.
You made ziti after it.
Yeah.
Played some cards.
I mean, I'm eating spaghetti almost every night.
You are.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
I hope you blow up to big pussy size.
My gal's saying the carbs aren't bad.
Then she's right. I mean, this is a combination of Carmen and Adriana. What am I going to do? Tell you she's wrong?
Yeah.
I think she's right.
You're going to get stung.
Who's the scorpion?
Me.
Oh, shit.
Because I'm the motherfucking one.
Okay, so here's what happens. The real scorpion here. Davey goes, Tony, what's with this game? I heard about this game. You don't want this game. You don't want this game. Frank Sinatra Jr. goes to this game. You don't want this game.
Can't you just back the fuck off, Davey, and just know when to fucking fold him?
Tony knows that Davey is not going to back the fuck off. So when Davey shows up at the door, Tony knows that Davey did not show up at that game just to go home.
Mm-hmm.
How many addicts go to the bar and then turn around because there's too many people?
You hang out at the barbershop enough, you're going to get a haircut.
Exactly. So when Tony's saying, you don't want this game, you don't want this game, you don't want this game, he knows where this is going. He knows the inevitability of who is going to be sitting at that table next to Syl and Frank Sinatra Jr. He knows Davey's going to play that game, and that's why Davey doesn't trick Tony into letting him play in the game. You want to think the best for Tony, but Tony knows. Tony is his mother's son. And you know who Tony's mother is.
It's an uncomfortable truth.
Tony is his mother's son.
But Tony tries to protect him.
No, he doesn't.
And gets mad at Richie. And he makes Richie build Beans a ramp because Tony's good.
Tony does like Beansy.
Yeah.
But Tony is also his sister's brother.
Oh.
Okay?
Right. But he's also got a good sister that he's the brother of.
We think. We don't know for sure. We haven't heard from her husband. Maybe she drives her husband crazy. We don't know.
But Tony's in therapy trying to better himself.
Also trying to fuck his therapist.
Ooh.
I mean, it couldn't just go to any therapist, could it?
No.
Remember how mad Carm was when she found out Dr. Melfi was a lady?
Oh.
She knew.
Yeah.
Carm knew. But so when Davey's sitting there, and Davey was up. If all Davey needed was the $8,000 to pay back Richie, he was up. He could have had it. And how about Matt Bevilacqua in there sweeping
up is
no.
What's he go? He goes, I like having cheese in my shoes.
Yeah. Put the cheese all over my shoes.
yeah. Oh my god, that's great.
And Tony is just sitting there like he's just like chuckling in the corner because he knew.
Yep,
he knew exactly.
And then, how about it? Richie comes in, busts it open, ruins the game.
Oh, it just kills the vibe.
Makes everyone leave. But do you think that was a blessing to stop Davey from betting more and losing more.
I mean, I don't know how Davey's already in pretty damn far. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess he stopped the bleeding, but at what point?
Also, I love him as an actor.
Davey?
Yeah.
From Terminator 2 and everything.
Robert Patrick.
Isn't it great that he can be this vulnerable? Like
Is it Robert Patrick?
I think so.
I don't know if I love him that much to know his name. But I like him and everything he's been in.
But to see him this vulnerable and this because and I think the thing, I was talking about this about Squid Game.
You feel for him so much.
You know why you feel for him? Because it's the same reason why Squid Game seems so relatable, because there's something about gambling addiction and a financial hole that is even more relatable than drug or alcohol addiction. Because a lot of people that don't have that drug or alcohol thing are like, well, why would you do drugs? Just don't do it. Why would you drink that much? Just don't do it. But everybody wants to be rich. Everybody knows that they're not that far off from being broke. Everybody knows that, that's why the Nigerian scam works so well with people.
That's why fucking Trump strolls into office, because everyone's like, he's gonna get it. He's gonna help me. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be rich like him.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be Davey, and Davey was winning.
Everyone thinks they're this close to just getting the thing that'll fix everything.
And that's what Davey said. That's what he said. And they're not that close. And you know what? Tony and his friends know that they're not that close, but they think they are.
And also,
and that's something they can exploit.
You know what else?
No.
Is not that close?
What?
Turns out?
What?
Davey and Tony.
Well, guess what?
Because Davey naively thinks, Tony, come on, we're friends.
Well, what does Tony put before friendship and anything else?
Business.
It's thematic. You noticed it from the beginning, and you just see example after example after example after example.
Motto.
And he goes up to him, and he says, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. And then now, what do you think of the fact that Tony, as a punishment to Richie, says that Davey has to pay Tony before he pays Richie, even though the Richie debt already existed?
I think he did that to save Davey. Because
he's not going to kill Davey, but Richie will.
Yes.
He's not going to run him over with a car, but Richie literally just did that 2 weeks ago.
And Tony is still showing benevolence with a heavy hand.
You don't think that Tony just wanted his money?
No.
And wanted to and hates Richie?
That too, but he did it to save Davey because he knew.
You want to believe. You want to believe.
Yeah.
All right.
You disagree.
100%. I don't think that he did that for Davey at all. I think that he did that for him, for his self-interest and for his hatred of Richie.
No. He did it because
I think he did that because
he also thought of Meadow and the consequences of what would happen if he killed Meadow's friend's father.
He thought of Meadow.
Yes, even though he didn't think of Meadow with the car, which was really funny that he thought that she would be like, oh, a new car.
Yeah. I mean, first, that scene, dude. That scene... Wow. When Davey comes home, did you hurt your hand from banging it?
No, I'm just so...
you're just into it. Okay.
Yeah.
When Davey comes home, he's got the littlest smudge of mud on that truck. I told you not to go off-roading.
Yeah.
You just lost the car. And you watch, like really what we're seeing is gambling addiction destroy a man's family.
Sure.
Like, this isn't about the car anymore. This is about the fact that you just...
Yep.
Like, you just destroyed your relationship with your son. That's how big that is. And
for Tony.
And then, he didn't do it for Tony. He didn't do it. He did it so he didn't die.
Right.
He did it for his gambling.
Right.
That's what he did it for.
Which Tony was the conduit for.
Oh, you bet he was.
Yes.
Yes. And happily.
The voltage was high.
Oh, yeah, it was.
On that conduit.
Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, yeah. And then Meadow getting into the car. And they didn't even take the trinkets out of the windows, realizing this is...
What an idiot. But I will say... Did that not, in a sort of roundabout way, help Meadow because she did the solo singing? So again, Tony,
this is what the whole show is. When there's a whole journey, the whole journey that we've been on, watching lives fall apart to get here. Lives fell apart to get here.
Yes.
And the announcement comes on that Meadow will be singing solo.
Yes.
And Carm goes, oh, well, that's a lucky break. And you're like, oh, my God.
God bless you, Carm. God bless you, Carm.
Do you have any idea the path of destruction that led to this happening?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a lucky break.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. I love it.
She's just...
an angel.
She's a deer in the woods,
Yeah.
just unaware.
Yep.
But is she?
It's easier.
I mean, she
Ignorance
knows.
is bliss.
Tony, did you just give Meadow her friend's car? She knew.
So do you think she was going, oh, that's a lucky break with sarcasm?
No, I think she doesn't want to think deeply about this stuff. I think that on the surface, it is a lucky break, and I think that Carm chooses to live on the surface. Because the minute that she dips her toe below the surface, it's bodies.
I mean, there's piranhas under that water, and it's going to eat that flesh away real quick.
Real quick.
But I will say, again, nothing you have said so far, with all due respect, has convinced me that Tony didn't do that to, in one act of kindness, help Davey. Of you owe me the money first.
All right.
Because he knew Richie is one of those piranhas.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're not done with Davey's story.
Well, I'll tell you this. I said to my Carm, we're just going to introduce this storyline and have it go nowhere?
Oh, it's going.
He's got to come back somehow.
He does. I'm not going to tell you how.
She told me he doesn't. And maybe
Maybe
such a good girl, she doesn't want to ruin it for me.
Or maybe I'm lying. Which one of us is the scorpion and which one of us is the frog?
Ribbit.
Well, we're going to have to cover that on a future episode when we cover episodes 7, 8, and 9 from season 2 of The Sopranos. It's your Prima Volta. Do you have any direction where you think things are going? Like we know.
I mean, I thought the fucking Davey storyline was done, but apparently there's some life in that.
You thought that
there's definitely going to be something that comes to a head with Richie and Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm pulling for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how is he not in jail for committing assault? And those people don't know he's in the mafia. They're not going to call the police and be like, this guy just assaulted. They're just going to be like, whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does everybody call the police every time they get beat up?
In this fucking loser world. But not in Good Town, Sopranoville.
Well, we appreciate you being here in Good Town, Prima Voltaville. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel.
Hey.
Turn your alerts on. Click like. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of these episodes. Let us know if there's anything that we missed.
Yes.
Little tidbits that we missed maybe in the last...
Do you agree or disagree with what we're thinking and feeling about some of these things?
Yeah. And then,
and always, when it comes to this show and how you feel and what you think, we like to give it, you like to get it, and in return, we just ask for respect. And thanks for sharing on Instagram and everything, too.
and commendatore.
Commendatore.
Maybe we'll read some comments next week to see what they thought about the first 6
We'll
episodes.
read some comment
of season 2.
Datores?
Commendatores. That's it. Don't forget to leave your commendatores under the video. We'll see you.
Hey.
Next episode.
Ciao.